All right, ladies and gentlemen, Ben Dixon here with MLM Monday. Super excited about this program we're doing. Some of you may have been following along on the Why series as we've been interviewing different people who are founders and CEOs and top executives at different direct selling companies, talking about why they exist and why they've put together what they've put together in the marketplace. I'm really excited today to be able to introduce you to the John Amico family and the heritage of a Chicago-based direct selling company that they've had for over 50 years here. And excited to have our guest here, John T, on the line today. If you're just joining us on live or watching the recording, make sure you comment in from where you're calling in from or watching from here on Facebook. And if you are aligned with the why for why they do what they do, if that fits for why you do what you do in the place, definitely check them out. That's what it's all about here as you guys are taking a look at this why series and why folks exist. So John, thank you so much for taking some time to join and being here on the call.
It's exciting to be here, and I appreciate the invite today.
Oh, man. So I want to open up with the first question. I know this is what we ask everyone who's part of the series. Why does John Amico exist?
Absolutely. And that's a great question. And I think it's really the heart of, why our organization exists. And we exist because I think ultimately we help people. I mean, that's something that's fundamental to the core of our business is what can we do to help people become successful in their careers? Now, the John Amico organization is really a professional organization, meaning that we service professional stylists and cosmetologists. So somebody that has gone to school, this is their career, and we're helping them achieve more success in the field that they've chosen. And I think it comes down to three things. So ultimately, we bring, well, matter of fact, I wear this every day. It says hopes, dreams, and a future on this. There
you go.
And I look at that, and it's sort of like my wedding ring, except I'm married to all of our members. So I think it comes to three things, and the three things that really apply. I think is first off, you've got to have really phenomenal products. I mean, so to help people out, number one, you've got to have great products, because when somebody recommends a particular product to somebody, you've got to make sure that that product performs and that those consumers or customers of that particular direct seller, they've got to come back to that person and say, this was great and I want to buy more of it. And so that's number one thing. And you've got to make sure you have very good, unique and products that perform. Number two, you've got to have a wonderful culture. And the culture within an organization is really critical. And it comes down to the values of that organization. And really that culture gets established really probably from the top down. It's the particular founders of the corporation. And then as those founders distill those values, ideas among the leaders of the corporation, the leaders, the direct sellers, the distributors, that is really plays through, and it doesn't, it kind of percolates. It takes time for that to develop. So whatever culture you want to have, really say, this is the culture I want to have. It really, it may not be that. You could say all you want, but it really comes through the actions, and organically it really percolates and then develops.
So this is perfect, John. People hear stuff all the time of like why an organization of well, we exist because we wanted to help people.
Correct.
Right? But most people don't, you may have started there, right? But a lot of people want to know the story around like, well, how did that happen? Right?
Sure. A lot
of folks run companies today, right? They run companies out of their own intentions, for their own ego or their own goals, right? Is their own, I wanted to achieve this in my life or to prove something to somebody, right? Sure. There's all sorts of different motives and intentions.
Correct.
And there are. It always comes from the top down. And I mean, we could talk forever on like different, you could see it, right? When you get involved in an organization of, oh, is that why they really operate?
Sure.
And so I know it didn't, you don't wake, it wasn't you weren't 5 years old when you say, okay, I want to exist to help people, right? But so there's always a journey in everyone's life. What could we share with everyone who's watching the show?
That's a great question.
Of what was your journey to coming in and actually doing this and leading just the men and women of John Amico and putting it together?
It really is probably somewhat unique, and that is my father was a very good stylist, but then became a very good entrepreneur. So he opened up in the professional realm of say hairstyling salons, beauty schools, product companies. And so in regards to the salon, you know, as a kid, talking 5 years old, he'd say, who wants to go to work with me on a Saturday? Well, I'd be there at the salon, you know, sweeping up and selling Christmas ornaments to clients, you know, because that, you know, as a kid, Boy Scouts or Cub Scouts, you know, here I was trying to go to work with my dad and understand what was happening. But I could see even from that environment, being in the salon, those stylists were providing services to help people look good, ultimately feel good. And so they were helping people. Anyway, make a long story short, my father did develop a chain of salons and then franchise those salons. I did go to beauty school myself, but I decided to go to college. And when I graduated college, I jumped into a new salon franchise that we created. And we opened up about 170 stores in the system that I worked with. And a franchise is similar in way to being a distributor, direct seller, where somebody goes in the business for themselves and you're helping them become successful. And so through that journey, even when I was in college, it was always, what do I need to do to help people become more successful in whatever they're going to do? So really it was something that probably developed through a lifetime, but it probably was innate in my personality too.
Yeah.
You know, people are not the same, as you pointed out. And some people have drives they want to prove something. They have that ego. I need to be better. So you have to understand different personalities in business. But my personality was one that is such that I like to help people. So I'm like, what can I do to drive that person? Because I know in this business, it's such a win-win situation. So my background then came from the salon and helping franchisees become successful. Ultimately, we sold that salon chain or franchise system, and then we had opportunities to do something else.
Yeah, so
And
that's so
really
interesting. Like that, because that's a big transition. Like it's very different to saying, yeah, we're gonna go have a franchise business model, and those types of people you work with, to saying, you know
sure,
what, no, we're gonna open it up to, you know, distributors, right? We're gonna go
sure,
work with.
exactly, right.
It's a much broader group of people
It is,
than just the men or women who say, yeah, I want to own a
right.
salon franchise,
You've got
right?
a great point there, but I think when somebody wants to live out their fullest potential in life, you know, the first potential is, you know, what is your potential? Now, maybe in a franchise business, you're able to open a couple hundred locations, but your fullest potential means that you should affect the lives of thousands of people, not just hundreds. And so that's kind of where we win, is that, okay, yeah, we're able to affect and help people in the hundreds, but let's do it to the thousands. So our fullest potential, we weren't living out our fullest potential. And there were other vehicles, especially in direct sales, that you can help thousands of people, and those thousands in turn help their customers or their clients or whatever you want to call them, and it could turn into, you know, hundreds, or in very large direct sale organizations, millions of people. So, you know, it just was a stage that our journey was, you know, what can we do to live out our fullest potential to help people?
And that's what I love about this industry so
Yeah.
much, is that when people really get it, they get to see that they can live at a different level and their own
Right.
potential, right? Like most people, you know, that when they look at a regular job or something, and they say, okay, well, I can earn this base plus this commission or this bonus, right?
Yep.
Stuff like that is all they're thinking about, and they don't understand, well, what could I potentially create with the value I can create as a person in the
Correct.
marketplace? And
Right.
that's what free enterprise opens up for people in
It
such a
does.
special way. And
Right.
it's been exciting to see your evolution and being local to you here in Chicago. It's
Yes,
been really
absolutely. Yes.
cool to get to kind of see the office and the stages the company's going through. For
Sure.
people who want to check out John Amico and stuff, what
Sure.
would you share with them? Like, what's next for the
Yes,
company?
that's great. And I think for us, what's next is, so we've been now in the direct sale portion for, it'll be our 20th anniversary coming up this January. So this January, I don't know, 2nd, 3rd, but anyway, 20 years ago is when we started the direct sale portion of John Amico. It's just been a fantastic, wonderful adventure journey, like you call it. And it seems like, you know, life is a big story. And, you know, so every page might be, you know, a day, and every chapter is a year, but it's the never ending story. You know, it keeps evolving, and it's really interesting. But to learn more about our organization, you know, I would go to two things. Number one is myjohnamico.com is a website where you can learn a little bit about us. Or if you give us a call, we have a number of things that can also help explain who we are. So the johnamico.com website or the myjohnamico.com website has more information about who we are, the opportunities involved in John Amico. But it really has been a wonderful thing. I absolutely enjoy direct sales. In life, you've got to figure out, how to live life. And for me personally, again, my personality marries directly with this industry. And it's one that you're just moving right along in the flow of things. You're not, it's something that you just is part of who I am. It's just part of life. So it's really been a wonderful thing. The future for us really is taking that high touch. Being in a salon, you're really high touch with people.
Yeah.
It's one of the few industries you touch people. You touch their hair. You're doing things. You're
Pouring
transforming
stuff on them. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's really mirroring technology to this industry. And so working with, different websites, working with applications, phone apps, and different things. Right now, it's high tech, high touch for us. How do we marry those two? And to also get cosmetologists or stylists to use those high tech tools. That's been really what the future brings for us, and that's really what we're rolling out.
Man, that's awesome. So if you're a professional stylist and you're wanting to expand your career, go to myjohnamico.com and check out everything that John has been sharing here today. These are just a really great group of just integrous people that truly care about helping the people that are their
Yes.
members. And so thank you for coming on and sharing your
Oh, Ben, thank you.
advice today, John. It was awesome to have you on the show.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. It's been my pleasure.
Awesome. Well, thank you everybody for checking out MLM Monday. Have a wonderful week. And remember to figure out your own why. You want to attract people in your world and connect with the right people. Know why you exist. Share why you exist. And when you connect with others that have that same purpose, you're going to be able to create some real magic together. Thank you so much for popping on. We'll see you all soon. Bye for now.